Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some more Terra 0.7.1, the newest stable build, but I am in my infinitely creative state, back working on the kingdom. Not sure what I'm naming it yet, but I got a little bit of a new addition here. Let's throw this drawbridge up. Oh, you get a little sneak peek of it right there. This is going to move a little quick, this video. I jumped around a hell of a lot, but here's my main gate. I like it. Look at that, that just looks evil. I figured if any bad guy or any nice ally for her possible ally comes close, they're just gonna say, screw it, I'm out. I don't like the looks of that thing. But eventually, if I can get this thing to jostle around, this is still in the works too, so I don't think it's finished yet. It will hopefully work better when it's done, but that's how she goes. I like it. But like I said, this one's gonna move quick, so I got little bits of a lot of different stuff. Me and actually the boy was help working on something here too for the kingdom. You'll get to see that in a bit. But this here is gonna be my blacksmith, and he's gonna be mainly supplied by scrapping. I figured that was fitting. He makes things, well, maybe he uses old things to make new things, you know. So this is just to test out this part, the input side of it. Still iffy on the rest of the building. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to stick with this layout. Probably not. I don't like it much. I like the intake. That worked good. As you can see, I switched it up, and look at that, the furnace firing up, ready to build something great. I like that. I really like it. I don't know why I haven't done something like that before. Yeah, let's see what we get. I know what we're gonna get. Oh, look at that big sucker. I had to test the biggest one, make sure it would pop out. So after there, I was going to go and make some more things in the R&D, but I wanted to try this speed record I've been hearing about. And as you can see, I've had some fails. So it's not too bad. This one's not, I like the looks of it, kinda, like a dart looking thing, but just not the fastest one I've had yet. The very first thing I tried that I didn't record was actually the fastest. So yeah, this here, it's starting to look like another fellow's build where I think he got up to 240 something. His was a lot bigger though. But look at this little chute. 240s, right with that. And like I said, it's a fast-paced one. This is something else I'm working on, and I just happened to stumble onto this little action. Not too sure what really causes it. I've got an idea, but I think it's just trying to attach, and things are moving so fluidly, it just looks like it's spinning. Oh, now it's getting battered around a wee bit. But yeah, this is for part of my kingdom. I got me an idea. It's a little more about this coming up soon, but this is just fun. I don't know, I just got a kick out of it. Just messing around with it. I kind of wanted to see if it'd swat it and throw it anyway. Oh, nice little change in orientation, eh? And it gives it a little push, and this thing needs to go about 1,000 times faster before it'll launch it really. Ooh, got her stuck. Before it'll launch it anywhere. Getting dizzy. Ooh. Oh, jeepers. Oh, drunk spinning. I'm more tipsy. I won't fall over and I won't stop. The world is spinning. So yeah, I'm just figuring that out. That's that hover wheel glitch that a lot of people have taken advantage of, and I decided I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to have a water wheel in my kingdom, and it's going to help provide everybody, or the recycle run kind of deal. And it's gonna, well, my venture slot. But so far I've been working on GSO. I got the farm for the GSO crafting. I'm gonna have Blacksmith. He's gonna be Geo core crafting. And I'm not sure if it's gonna be a baker, or I'm not sure what other old-timey jobs there would be in a kingdom. A baker is a good one. Other than that, you get into more dirty stuff, like, you know, the bar, kinda, the hotel, or whatever it was called back then, or the whorehouse. I ain't making one of them. I could, but not really looking to put that in my kingdom. Have to go to an outpost for that action. But yeah, this is gonna be, everything's gonna feed to itself. Like, okay, how is it gonna go? The GSO brings in raw resources from harvesters, takes what it can, holds as much as it can, and anything that doesn't get picked out passes along the line, comes down an output conveyor, which will feed into the water wheel. And there's going to be a water fountain too. That's how it's all going to work. The fountain ain't in this part of it, but so yeah, then the water wheel will pick them up just like it's doing here, and as it turns around, I'm going to have a intake or an input for each of the crafting buildings. So the farm, the blacksmith, and the baker or whatever, and it's gonna feed back into it, so the loop's continuous, never ending. I can fill this thing up max, and it'll hopefully take, well, it could max out, I pull one resource, don't add nothing else, and it'll just keep on moving, never stop the flow. So I figure that's pretty good. When it maxes out, well, just has to wait for something to clear out or sell. I figure that's a pretty decent way of doing it. And this, I just wanted to prove the concept, make sure it was going to work, because with collectors, I guess they are, you can't use a conveyor to fill them. Like, you can't have a collector on the end of a conveyor chain and then the chain just fills in to the collector, like the little yellow one down there on my small dude beside the wheel. They won't do that anymore, so that really screws passing from techs unless you can drop it on the ground. Well, we don't have a dropper block either, which a bunch of us have asked for. We're really hoping they decide to, hey, yeah, it's needed. They asked for some demonstrations showing it. I made a massive frickin' base to use it. I guess they weren't convinced enough, so I'm going to use it in this. Hopefully some more people will start using the idea too. So this kind of plays on for a little bit more. So while I got a little second here, you know what I'm going to say. Thanks for coming. You are truly welcome here. I hope you do enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, throw that like down there. Make that thumb glow blue. Test that subscribe button. I think they break all the time. Just try them if you haven't already. But don't unsubscribe. Jesus, don't do that. Or, you know, if you got something to say, comments, feedback, constructive criticisms, all that is good, because feedback will help me learn, will help me get better, and I think we'll all have even more fun if the videos and everything's better. So, you know, all the support is truly appreciated. So, you know what, let's keep having fun, because it is you guys that have made YouTube so much fun for me. I originally started out doing these just so I could better show and explain what I was trying to the guys on the Terra forums. And now I found out how much fun it is, and here we are. So yeah, I just kind of let this run for quite a while. I just wanted it to empty out, make sure it runs through a whole cycle, and that it ain't going to actually bugger up as long as it has somewhere to go. See how it acts. So you can see it's dropping stuff on the ground, so there's a little bit of kind of, it's going to be tricky, because if anything gets too close, a receiver will rob from a collector, emptying it out, just ruining the whole effect of it, and I don't want that. So it is going to take some finagling, but I think we'll be able to figure it out. If I can make it work like this, I can make it work anywhere, I think. The problem will be is the secondary inputs to refeed all the resources back to the 3 crafting buildings, because then that's where I'm going to have to either make this thing bigger than I wanted, or it's going to work perfect, or things are going to rob from each other and it's all just going to go to crap. I'm not looking forward to that. It's going to be tricky, especially with all that lag and all the buildings around and everything. It'll be a chore. But I think it's going to be frickin' cool when it's done. And that's all it takes for me to make it seem like it's worth it. Making lots of money. Or I would be making lots of money if I was in the game. But yeah, with now true scrapping, you know, it's way better, a lot easier to get resources. That's one thing I never cared for, was driving around looking for that one little rock or tree or whatever, that specific resource. I can always find a ton of blocks. Sometimes it gets hard to find the right resource, but things get better. So like I said, my boy there, he goes by Blue Ninja. He got wanting to play, and I was jumping back and forth so much I jumped right out of my seat. The little guy slipped right in there, and he wanted to build another settler for the kingdom. So he was going to try and make the blacksmith. That's what his goal was. And now I had an idea for a blacksmith. So what I kind of told him is, you build one, and I'll build one, and the one that seems most fitting will be the blacksmith. Because see, when I make something that's like a theme, I try and make it look fitting, right? So like a blacksmith, you'll maybe have an apron, maybe a hammer kind of idea. That was my kind of thoughts. The hammer was the tricky one. I didn't know how I was going to make that, but you know, you can always figure something out. But here the boy, I asked him if he wanted to do his own voiceover recording and all that. He said, no. He's having a shy day, I guess. Or he just didn't want to have to talk. I don't know. He gets quiet sometimes, which is kind of nice, really. It's not a lot, so I cherish it when it happens. I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, this is his guy. And this is his vision of a blacksmith. So yeah, I don't know. I never really told him he had to use the pumpkin heads, but you know, they are fitting. It's the only way you can make a decent looking head this size. Even the cabs are kind of close. Oh, the party hat. That's when the party hat showed up. So I was trying to ask him that, and he didn't really want me to look at it till it was done. So I just kind of looked at it real quick, and I forgot all about that party hat. See, right with that, it makes me not think blacksmith. The hat did it. Just kind of changed the whole theme of that tag. But I got an idea where we can use this guy. Oh, he's a funny little sucker. You know where I'm going with this, right? Funny. Ooh. Laughed so hard he fell to pieces. I think that might have been a mistake. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that first dude he built would be a very good court jester. Because every kingdom needs entertainment. And hey, they didn't have TVs and all the cool stuff we got now, so it was some dude flopping around on the ground with a rocket up his butt, just flipping around going nutty. I guess it really wouldn't be a rocket though, would it? It'd be like one of Merlin's concoctions. Be a magical ass blast. Maybe something like that. I think we'd all be surprised what people would go through if they could go 100 miles an hour in the day of horses being top speed. I could save 3 days travel and it only singes my O-ring? Oh, game. You know someone's going to try it. Or someone's going to get the special inbred one of the community to try it. You know, back in them days, there was always one that just, you know, yeah. The parents were too closely related. Just lack of options. I think it was kind of tolerated back then. So glad that isn't now. Oh, look at that, he even put the bubbles on. Oh, and it broke them again. That's one thing I've been seeing him improve in, that he won't just build it and like, oh, I don't like it, and then just struggle on with it. He'll actually tear it down and redo it right the way he wants it. That's what I've been impressed with his building. He's coming along real good. He doesn't build as big as me, but hey, that doesn't have to be. I don't try and force that on anybody. Well, that was his build. So yeah, I've seen them both already, of course, obviously, and I picked out his build for the jester, and he seemed to like the idea too, because it was pretty funny, and the hat does seem fitting. So this is my build. This is my version of the blacksmith. Now if you think I'm doing really good, like this is all real time where I sped up the boys, it's not such, that's not quite the case. Is I've already built this guy once, and then I had a boo-boo, and he fell all apart. Well, actually what I was doing is I was changing, I guess, the pelvis, or the crotch piece, and the undo button don't like me. I don't know if anyone else is having that, but you break something and you want to undo it. If you ain't quick, it's gone, or it just doesn't hang out at all, or it doesn't show up. So I don't know if that's just me because of the edited save, but like it's even happening in the R&D where my save shouldn't be affecting anything, I don't believe. So I'm not too sure what's really going on, but I can deal with it. So this is my version of the blacksmith. Now I think he's a little more fitting to be a blacksmith. He's got a hard hat on for one. He's even got a frickin' hammer. So I like that. Then yeah, that black thing, I don't know, it's a little questionable what it is maybe, but it's supposed to be like an apron, like a heavy leather apron that a blacksmith would wear. So I'm going to use mine for the blacksmith. So this is the lineup we got so far in the kingdom. We got the court jester. He's not so funny when he doesn't move though. Got to give him a little wheel, get him moving. So there's the court jester. We got the blacksmith. He turns better. Boy, needed some steering boosters on there. And then here's the farmer. So now I need at least one more settler and a king, at least. So I kind of figured, you know, most people may not realize the kind of legginess that I go through here to build. Now just check this out for a minute. Now I'm just going to place a few blocks, and now they're just single blocks. These are the fastest ones basically to lay. And now I'm not exactly sure, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9-10 seconds to place a block. And now that ain't even the worst I've ever played through, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. That's on a fairly big tech too though. So here's my blacksmith. He made it in. He's at home, feeling great, in the workshop. I think that turned out pretty sweet. We got a little grass path kind of going there a little bit already. I'm going to expand on that later. But that'll be a next video. So until next time, everybody, keep being awesome and keep having a good one. Bye.